The Hopkinton High School Arts Program recently hosted the annual opening night ceremony for the Honors Art Display. HCAM News was on the scene to talk with some of the very talented student artists who had some of their wonderful work on display.
So I have 5 pieces at the Honors Art exhibition this year. One is titled Threat. It is a self-portrait, all colored in blue. I have 2 cat pictures, both like are kind of astronaut cats floating in like clouds. I have paper bag compositions, so they're just 3x3 still lives of some paper bags, just as a study. And then I have a hand drawing of 2 hands with the title True Lust.
Terrific. And how long have you been doing art for?
Since I was really young, maybe around like 12 or 11 years old. So I've been doing art for a long time.
Very nice. And what are some of your focuses in art?
I really love doing digital art. And I should expand my art mediums that I've been doing. I want to get into sewing, but I've been doing a lot of digital art this year and in years prior.
Terrific. And how does it feel to be on display here at the Honors exhibit?
It feels awesome. It's really validating knowing that my art is important and looks good to other people. So I'm very proud of my work being on display here today.
So I'm a part of the class AP Art. I'm the one junior in the class, which is a very exciting opportunity. My work is all based on my inquiry, which is about mythology, specifically how to show a narrative of a character through art.
Excellent. How long have you been doing artwork for?
So I've been doing art for probably as long as I can remember. I think the one time that I can specifically remember, I think I was 4 replicating cartoons on that I saw on the TV on a piece of paper.
Excellent. And what are some of the art classes that you specialize in? Or some of the,
So I really enjoy painting. I'm very proficient in drawing, especially figure drawing and acrylic, oil painting, and charcoal drawing.
All right. And do you have a favorite piece here today?
So my favorite piece has to be probably Lady of the Underground, because I spent a long time working on it, and it's a charcoal drawing, which is very difficult medium to work with, especially to get right, and I'm very proud of it.
Excellent. And it must feel good to be on display here today.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's my first experience like this, so it's very exciting.
So I have a few different pieces. One of the ones that I have, it actually got a Scholastic Gold Key recently. It's called Rhodi. It's a Greek word. It means pomegranate. And it's a comic strip. And it's inspired by my grandma in Greece teaching me how to cut open a pomegranate properly, and just like the care and like thought and time that has to go into it. And I thought it was like a really beautiful message and metaphor, so I made a comic about it. That's one of my favorites there.
Very nice. How long have you been doing art for?
I've been doing art since I was really little. I think I've been more serious about it the last 2 years. I'm considering going to art school next year, but undecided.
All right. What are some of the types of art you specialize in?
I do a lot of watercolor. I work with pen and ink sometimes too, and embroidery, but watercolor is my main thing.
It must be pretty cool to be on display here at the Honors exhibit.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm really excited to be here.
Yeah, I have some of the comics on displayed. The comics with the alligator character and the comic with the graffiti guy. A lot of my artwork is inspired by animation and comic books, just everything that has storytelling in it, because I also really like writing. So I try to incorporate writing into my art as well, and also creating characters. So I basically just try to create these short stories and try to convey the messages that I want to bring forth to the world.
Excellent. And how long have you been doing art for?
I've been doing art since 2020, since the COVID pandemic, and obviously I had a bunch of free time then because I was out of school, so I picked up drawing as a hobby, and ever since it's become a passion of mine.
All right. What are some of the types of art that you specialize in?
I mainly do, I actually do a lot of different things, mainly digital, but also like charcoal, ink and pen, some marker, and I also want to try dabbling more into spray paint because I'm very interested in graffiti art, which you can see in my comic.
Excellent. It must be pretty cool to have your display at the honors exhibit.
Yeah, it really is. I feel very honored to actually have my art be presented in like a semi-professional manner. It's like a really great opportunity, especially when it's something that, I want to pursue like further in college and in my career.
I have 3 pieces in the show. They're all paintings, and they kind of are based around like a palette. I choose a color palette, and then around that color palette, I choose a scene that I think matches the colors that I've chosen. So it's kind of just to express like a mood through the paintings.
Excellent. How long have you been doing art for?
I've been doing art for maybe like 12-ish years. I kind of always been an artistic person.
Terrific. What are some of the kinds of art you specialize in?
I specialize in definitely oil paintings and pencil sketches.
Excellent. And it must be pretty cool to have your work on display here at the honors exhibit.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I have a lot of stuff I've made this year. I have one in front of an ocean during a hurricane, and it's called Live Updates because there's a reporter standing there trying to report on the hurricane as it's going on. There's one called Photo Shoot. There's a photo shoot happening. That one I took it from a picture I took while I was at a summer camp, and we were doing self-portraits, but we did a photo shoot beforehand, and that was fun. Yeah.
Awesome. How long have you been doing art for?
I mean, as long as I can remember. Yeah, I always like to draw.
Excellent.
Stuff like that.
What are some of the kinds of art that you specialize in?
I like to paint. I like drawing with like markers and pen, and I want to try doing more like charcoal.
Terrific. And do you have a favorite piece here today?
Probably the one called Building the Set. It's in the middle, and it has a bunch of people in it, like moving stuff around, and it was fun to do that like perspective.
All right. It must be pretty cool to be on display here at the honors exhibit.
Yeah, it is. It really is, yeah.
So I have 5 pieces, one of which is a series, and then the other 4 individual pieces. Most of them are self-portraits and acrylic paintings because that's what I'm focusing on for AP art. A lot of them speak about culture and how culture has influenced me as a person. So yeah.
Terrific. And how long have you been doing artwork for?
Oh, gee, that's a tough question. I started drawing probably like seriously or like as a hobby when I was like 5, and then started taking classes from like middle school to now. So
Excellent. What are some of the kinds of art you specialize in?
I do acrylic paintings, but I also do digital art. It's something I work a lot on. Sometimes I'll draw for other people, so I do commissions as well, which is really fun to do. Yeah.
And do you have a favorite piece here on display?
I want to say my favorite piece is Lungs of White. It is a piece about the health conditions I struggle with, having sickle cell. So it's a piece to, showcase that.
And it must be pretty cool to be on display here at the honors exhibit.
Yeah, it is. I'm really grateful to be able to have my art on display.
I think I have 9 pieces up. I got a lot up. They're mostly acrylic paintings.
Fantastic. How long have you been doing artwork for?
Basically my whole life. Since I was really little, I started painting.
Do you have a favorite piece that you have here on display?
I really like my cowboy boots.
That was a nice one.
Yeah, you saw that one? That one's fun.
Let's see. What kind of art do you specialize in?
My comfort zone is definitely acrylic painting, but I like to try and branch out a little bit, especially this year since I'm in AP. So I've been trying to use different materials like wash, and then my latest piece I used clay and tinfoil to make some 3D aspects to make it more interesting.
Excellent. And it must be pretty cool having your work on display here at the honors exhibit.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool.
As usual, there's a really diverse showing of different voices and different ideas, which is always exciting to see. I'm thinking of some of the things that were really unexpected for me as a teacher this year. For about all of my students, I will say, seeing things about them, having them communicate things about their lives and the things that they're thinking about that I had no idea about through their work has been really exciting and surprising. And one person that's coming to mind is Pascaline, whose work is very much about culture. And I was just saying to her family, I think Pascaline sees culture very much as her cultural heritage, as the American part of her life and the Ghanaian part of her life, and the two different tribes that brought her family together. But it's also, I see the influence of the culture that she consumes on her daily life, the food that she eats at home, and the comic books that she consumes, and how that influences the way she sees the world, which is really cool. Another artist that I'm thinking of is Reese Hunter, who is a more soft-spoken person, and so it's been really exciting for me to see the things that she's thinking about. She's a really beautiful illustrator, and her work has very much been about growth and decay this year, and how in order for something to grow, there's a life cycle. The growth can't happen without the decay. So it's been beautiful to see her explore that in a more sensitive way. Yeah.
It just seems like every year there's just such unique pieces and so different from year to year.
It's cool. I think it's really cool because I think the way that the course works, so most of the students are either in advanced placement art and design, or they're in a portfolio class that runs concurrently. So they are encouraged to explore art making from a place of inquiry or curiosity, that they have an idea or something that they want to learn more about, and they're exploring that idea through the act of art making and considering what materials and processes are going to be the best way for them to explore those ideas. So inherently, like, some interesting stuff comes up, and everybody's got their own way of working with materials, so you see different artists' hands in it, and lots of just different ideas about the things that they're passionate about and curious about.
And I'd imagine it means quite a bit to the students to have their artwork on display in such a professional setting as the HCA.
I hope so. Sometimes you don't know how they feel about it really until they're here, and then you can see how excited they are. But I know that I think they are used to seeing work and thinking, wow, a lot goes into that, and then having the opportunity to prepare their work and decide what work that they want to put forth for the community to see, inviting the community in to see it, and then communicating that there's an event happening with people and hosting it, I think has been a big deal.
We talked with a couple spectators about their thoughts of this year's honors exhibit.
I thought it was really, really impressive. There were so many different types of artwork, and a lot of them just stood out to me a lot. They were really good.
I really liked Rotting in Time by Reese Hunter. I think the 3D aspect really pulled it together with the felt and how the mushroom represents the decomposition
Yeah, some of my favorites were Networking and Game Night by Ella Nye. They were just really good color schemes, and the overall artwork was just really impressive by her.